Okay, so I just finished watching episode one, and I'm probably gonna do this with all the other episodes too. It might be an 8-part series or something. But I went back and I like because if you guys are consistent around here, you know that I fucking hate the Community, and I think the show's pretty bad, right? So I went back and I watched it with a clean slate, like, as if I'd never seen it before. Just trying to put the pieces together and see if I'm actually right about how bad it is. And I guess we'll have to get into that. Let's get right into the good stuff. The character designs. Okay, I like the fact that they all look the same, even though people complain about like it has been in Hell of a Boss all having characters that look the same. Like tall, skinny. In a suit. You know what I'm saying? Crazy fucking smile, top hat, bow tie, that sort of thing. It makes sense to have that here because they're all, well, most of them are like the same model of robot, and the ones that don't look the same, the disassembly drones, are, well, they're like a different type of thing, right? They're a different class or whatever. It's a different model. I do have one complaint, and that would be the female disassembly drones. Like, why do they look like that at all? Not like they're storing any I think characters that are like designed to be goon to are kind of lame, right? Unless it's like the point of the entire show, which is not. But characters that are just made to be sexualized are kind of lame because the writer had some kind of fetish, and I'll get into that. Or not a fetish, but because I mean we all like women with like thighs and stuff, I guess. But you get what I'm getting at. That's my one complaint. It's not like they're storing any weapons inside of like their tits, right? Because V, the one with shorter hair, has boobs if you look close. But I'll get into that later too, probably. I bring because I remember she has some during like the camping episode, which I haven't rewatched yet. What else? What else? The animation, which I don't really. This isn't a real complaint because animation is just like this is before Glitch really had all that Amazing Circus money behind it. I don't really care too much about the animation, but it just looks like a PS3 minigame. And that's all I have to say. I actually kind of like it. I like how filthy it is, but it gets better as it goes on. What else? The main character, Uzi. She is, I'll get into her because I've already seen the show. I'm just going back and rewatching it, so I might get into her later down the line. But in episode one, she's pretty good. She's pretty good. She doesn't really like she gets worse, and I don't. That's not even like her fault because there's some characters that are just fucking annoying and insufferable, and then there are other characters that are annoying and insufferable because of the writing, like of the writers. Like, oh, what's her Charlie from Hazbin Hotel, right? She just sucks now. She's really bad, but that's not even her fault. Like, she genuinely deserved a better writer. She's a good character concept. She just needed a better writer. But I'll also get into that if I ever make a part two or anything like that. Uh, the world building, that would be a good point. It's constantly snowing because in the opening they like blow their atmosphere out into space, and next thing you know, it's like constantly snowing. There's never not snow, and I think that's really cool because like I don't know if it was intentional, like if it was just like, oh, how do we show it's cold, have it snow. But if you actually did like blow an atmosphere up like that, the air itself and the oxygen and everything like that would start to freeze and flake up and come to the ground. So the fact that it's constantly snowing is pretty accurate and pretty cool. I'm a big fan of destroyed city settings, like destroyed like future settings of some sort. Big fan. Uh, what else? What didn't I like about the show that I didn't already go over? I mean, episode one was good. Oh yeah, there was this thing in the end where like the solver or the absolute solver, whatever you want to call it, activated, in her eyes, and it's like a split-second thing, right? I feel like, and I'm going to say this for the entire series, I feel like the whole thing was made for, it's like the intent of people like super sleuthing through the entire thing, like everyone wants to be film theory or something. I don't like it when shows do that. Like it needs to, the lore and why things happen needs to be conveyed in a way that's like for like available to the average person. because it unfortunately spawned this dog shit community that just thinks that like bad writing and stuff is actually really good. Like what's it called when you have a community that like enjoys a piece of flawed media and they keep making like excuses on behalf of the writers about it? I don't know what you call that, but the Murder Drones community defends literally every like writing and every plot hole, which are also in future episodes. Oh, that reminded me of something. But the Murder Drones community will defend all of that and just make stuff up that was never really implied. And they think you're the idiot, like, oh, you just need to think, or you weren't paying attention. I do remember the show becoming hard to follow as time goes on. Yeah. Uh, but episode one, what else? There's this the dad. Like okay, going outside is so dangerous that there are bunkers, right? That they have these 3 doors just to keep these 3 robots out, like only these 3, because they're the only ones we see, right? It's not like they're implied to have more disassembly drones out there on this planet. It's just these 3 like destroying everything, right? So going outside is so dangerous that your entire like civilization of robots needs to have bunkers to keep themselves safe. And you send your daughter out there. I don't care if you thought she was examining a door. Going outside means death. We're really just about to like you let her go, and then you were surprised when she comes back with disassembly drones, right? And then you leave her to die, which is funny because like this is the only daughter. Like, this is the only daughter of his presumably dead wife that we meet later on, and he just leaves a daughter to die just like that. No attempt to shoot the gun or nothing. Right? Would rather be a kid. I guess that's part of the point. I wouldn't call that a writing flaw, but what is a writing flaw is like the people being so stupid that you wonder how they survived this long. And I get they make jokes, but it's just it's not necessarily funny, but that's subjective. But it kind of just undercuts the world building because again, it's like, how'd you live this long if all of you were this stupid? I do remember seeing Doll, right? Russian girl just standing in the crowd. I guess her powers haven't activated yet. I don't know if they're planning on doing anything with her or not when he was writing the pilot. What else? No, I mean that's really about it for episode 1. It's pretty good. It's a solid start. I remember it getting worse as time goes on, but we'll have to see at some point in the future. That's all I have to say.